is to streamline those activities.
With worsening security, the idea of state police has won converts, many of whom are now frontline advocates.
Our reasoning then was that state governors will use the bill to intimidate and harass political opponents. But with the situation we are in now, we have gone far, far beyond that.
So many states, we have security outfits. When they come out in their uniform, it gives impetus to the communities.
We should find a way of licensing police. Any state that meets the condition precedent that is formed by maybe the Police Service Commission can apply.
What we have in our hand, which is insecurity, is beyond our political aspiration and ambition. So which one should come first? The lives and properties or our political ambition?
The bill failed to fly in previous assemblies, but its supporters this time described the establishment of state police as a clarion call for a tailored community-centric policing system. They say it is an acknowledgement that states are uniquely positioned to address the security challenges within their borders. Joke Yadza, TVC News, Abuja.
And then on to a foreign story. The mother of Alexei Navalny, the Putin critic who died in a Russian prison, has called on President Vladimir Putin to release his body. In a video filmed outside the colony where he died on Friday, she said she had been trying to see him for 5 days but didn't even know where he was. And Navalny's wife, Yulia, urged the authorities not to stop his loved ones from saying goodbye to him. The family have been told his body will not be released for 2 weeks. His mother was informed it was being held for chemical analysis. A representative for Navalny said there has been no confirmation of the whereabouts of the body from Russian authorities, while efforts to locate it have been repeatedly shut down. And that's the news for now. We'll take a time out. Stay with us. The show is just getting started.
Entertainment means music, electronic dance music because I love house music, dancing in the bathroom, maybe, hopping around, dancing in your underwear, listening to music, eating suya, or maybe tozo sometimes, and food and comedy is entertainment to me.
Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw earthen material slabbed, stroked and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move way in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known, for when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting as the arts are meant to be.
Hello and hello there, welcome to our show for today. I'm your host Zed, a trainer here at iFitness, Nigeria's fastest growing fitness chain. So today we're going to be going through a couple of stretches for your lower back, which is one of the most prevalent issues we have in society today. I have people coming to me as a personal trainer always talking about back pain, and this can be caused by long time sitting, always sitting in cars, sitting in traffic, basically sitting all day, we no longer stretch, okay? So there are a couple of exercises that can help with this. You do this when you wake up in the morning or late at night before you go to bed, or basically randomly anytime throughout the day you feel that pain, just go down, do a couple of these exercises and you should be good to go. Join us and we'll start. With that being said, let's get straight to it. Okay, so quick and simple, we'll walk in our heels all the way down to our pelvis. Okay, keeping the knees tight together, and we'll take in the legs down to the sides. Okay, now this shouldn't feel painful, you should just feel a little bit of stretch on the waist, and we take it down and down. Back up, all the way. Bring it back to center, and down. Nice. Okay, next up, we're going to be bringing the knees in. So right leg first, grab on and pull in. So knees to chest, pointing the toes out. Hold for a couple seconds. Now ensure not to flex the spine, keeping the back flat, lower back on the floor. Now ensure to breathe through the exercise, okay? A couple of us always hold our breath in when we're working out or doing a couple of exercises. Try to avoid that, okay? Breathe good and through all the exercises. One more time on both sides. Nice. Now next up, we're gonna grab both legs all the way up, okay? So we're still trying to keep the back flat on the floor. No flexion, just holding, and we'll take it back down. Nice. Now moving on to the third exercise, quick and simple, we're going for a bridge. So your arms flat by your sides, and you take the pelvis off the floor, ensuring to tighten your glutes. So hold tight, you can feel it all the way up, hold for a couple seconds, and drop. Take it back up. Now this is a glute-centered exercise, so you're holding, so your glutes actually support, you're squeezing tight, hamstring flexed, and back down.
One question. I just feel like I can just see and point in our face now. How important is music to you in your daily life?
Music is life.
Music is life.
Yes.
Danny, how about you? How important is music? Because these days, you have turned to editor. You'll be doing action movie with your editor. Let me put it.
Oh, I didn't say how much I like this, actually. It's giving me an inspiration. Imagine this made with Ashoke on this beautiful outfit that I have on. Hey.
It's this one we are seeing. But guys, how important, will look nice. But I really want to, Idris Abdul Karim has been trending for the past few days. An interview was released just on Monday, where he spoke about a lot. You know, there's this thing about how legends paved the way and how they are being forgotten. You know, and so he brought back a lot of things. Still, there's a lot of reference to, I don't know how many of you remember the issue with 50 Cent.
Yeah.
Still remember that made a lot of buzz. So I think it was when Charlie Boy spoke about it, and then how he reached out to him when it was happening, and then he went to the airport with his bike gang and everything, then go chance 50 Cent, and get a meeting with 50 Cent, like, 50 Cent, why they chance our guy? You understand, that kind of thing. And so he has been trying to make a lot of revelations. He made reference to Burna Boy, who implied that nobody paved the way for him in some ways. And so, you know, he shut down what Burna Boy was saying and all of that, and said how they hustled and all of that. I made a number of allegations. But you see, Peter, I think it was Peter or Paul, one of the yeah, came up and said, look, guy, you've been saying a lot, and this is not as it happened. You are one of the worst people to have been around. These were his words. Because he said when we were trying to get things together, when we tried to form a united front, you left our setup. So Paul said that time the top artists in Nigeria came together to make some demands, and you left and went behind to collect lower money. You slighted us than what was planned. Now, being a part, if you remember the Remedies in the 90s, the early 2000s, there was the group, the Remedies. You had Idris Abdul Karim, Tony Tetwila, and Eddie Montana. Eddie Remedies, as it were. Both of them have now come out through different posts to slam Idris big time. And they said, look, dude, they use unprintable words to call him out. And then Eddie Remedy personally said, look, I remember the time when you were paid over 100, we said we were paid 150 million for some deal that you did. And I was hustling. I'd gone back to Asaba for 4 years. Nothing was happening for me. After we broke up and you went soon and you were doing quite well. And I came to Lagos asking you for help. You were telling me I'm in this hotel. You turned me around. You said you gave me 5,000 naira, according to what he said. You know, and then Tony Tetwila just this morning is also calling him out and all of that. And You know, so that thing now comes up, and you see, in everybody's story, in your story, you are the hero. You understand? There's no, the villain is always somebody else. And we've heard things about, you know, things that happen. But my point is this, yeah, these OGs and all of that demand, asking for respect or asking for that relevance or something. Are their wants warranted? Should they be doing what they're doing now, trying to gain relevance in some form of way or trying to prove? Because I feel like if you've done enough and you actually paved the way, or you actually did, people, yes, majority of people, or some people might not, but generally people are appreciative of, you know, people would always mention that, and then at times we can see it. I mean, the other time we had Usher at Super Bowl, and we know he said he reached out to, what's his name, Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber was not available at that time, but Justin Bieber gave a shout out, look, without you, I wouldn't be where I am today. You part of people that discovered me and all of that. And we saw it. We saw Usher feature a young Justin Bieber. We've seen, what now? Whiskey being featured on that Banky W. Like, at times, people can see that you pass the trail, but then everybody asking you, who did you bring up? Who did you see that you have brought up? And so that's where the discussion is all going around and all of that. So if you claim to be an OG, then your works
should speak for you. Or the people that you have mentored.
That you have mentored, or that you have
helped. Yeah.
On all of that, as it were.
Anyways, I'm going to hinge on what you said. Right? It's basically, I think that's the caption for my statements. It's basically that everyone is a hero in their own story. So that's the way I honestly see things. And this is life. So the way you see me, something I do, is not the way I see something you do. Do you understand? I might be doing something from a place of, oh yeah, let me do this because I care about this person or whatever. And then the person is seeing it another way. Do you get? For Idris, I'll just say that exactly, like, if you've done something, but I think he's been known to be a troublemaker, right? And for everybody coming out to drag him, so I think that is enough proof that what he's saying is dust. Do you understand? If Burna Boy literally comes out to literally say that, okay, nobody paved the way for him, despite the fact that that statement might not be totally true, he knows the challenges he has gone through, right, to get to where he is today, that makes him come out and say something like that. And everyone, to be very honest, should allow people the freedom to express themselves the way they want to express themselves and believe and give at least a quantum of truth to whatever the person is saying. It might not be exclusively true, but then again, I believe there's a truth in everything.
And so, something about the story is that Tony Tetsuila and Eddie Montana, they don't talk.
But because
they don't come out, they don't give interviews, they've never come out to talk about the past.
Exactly.
It's only of us that, of all of them, I think the person that is remembered the best like is Tony Tetsuila. Remember, you don't bash my car and all the other stuff. We always know, Tony Tetsuila, OG. You know, they don't give interviews and talk about what happened or not. But this time around, they all came out. Eddie Montana was raving in his car, he was insulting Idris and all of that. So what do you think, from what you said about how, you always are the hero in your own story. There's that element of Oga, and we knew that this guy, you were troublesome in your own side.
Yeah, but, still going back to the hero in your own story, maybe according to Idris, that's how he sees himself, because he would never, in some of his interviews, fail to say that without him, or without him having to do some of the things that he did, the hip-hop industry wouldn't be where it is today. Hinging on, his issues with DMX, his issues with 50 Cent, and how, some Nigerian artists in the past have been relegated, especially here in Nigeria. And he was the one that sort of, defended them, fought for them.
That's one of them, and I'm saying that Oga is a lie. He didn't defend anybody.
Like I said, going back to...
And all the OGs are saying...
going back to what he said.
He didn't defend nobody.
Still going back to what he said. Maybe that's the way he saw it, right? Maybe that was his intention at the time when he did what he did. But now, these other guys are coming to say, which of course, at the end of the day, these people have not been in our faces, or they've not been in the news for a while. And it's also an opportunity for everyone to just sort of seek some level of relevance and say, okay, I was here, I was there, I was there. But then, like you said earlier on, what gives you that relevance are the people that you have mentored, the people that you have empowered, the people whose journeys, whose hands you have held and said, come on this journey with me. I want to take you there.
Just saying, just adding on, something I'm noticing about life. if you don't do it, somebody else will. So I don't know if I did not do it, but
yeah.
You see, I would want to say something like you said. From now, look back at your life.
Yeah.
You're a fashion designer, you're a TV presenter. Who are you mentoring? I've seen a lot of people today, they are there, they are in the industry, they are forming Jagaban, they are covering everyone on top. You are here, you are a filmmaker, you are in your mind, you are stopping careers. Who would you say? Can somebody say? Think about it now. You will not always be where you are. And you one day be an OG and you'll probably be forgotten and you'll be fighting like this, like Idris. I fought for everybody. I punch 50 cents, they punch.
So it is the people that you have,
have you
supported.
Raised?
Yeah.
Who have you mentored? Think about wherever you are, you can always do something.
I mean, look at this Wizkid. He would always give credence to Banky W for, being where he is today.
And I honestly believe that it's not everyone that has the mentoring power.
Yeah. You gotta go.
You
gotta go. So big shout out for me. Let me just give one shout out. Olamide Bado.
Yeah,
not my Olamide. Olamide Bado, the mentor. All right. But hey, come on. And of course, my own Olamide, if you should tell his own story, how many years Olamide have you been in media? 20, 30 years? But hey, come on. Just let us know what you think. Hit us on social media at TVC Entertainment _. We'll see you after this time out.
Cheers.
It's coffee that you stole.
A lush woman never settles because when she goes after passion, she finds her true self. Pink? A lush woman knows beauty is what she makes it to be. A lush woman stands up to all stereotypes, and with every stand, she'll be doing it for her, and her. Lush hair. Be beautiful.
Ready for school? Yes! My champs, they use energy at school. I know because imagine the energy they may have used up to return home this transformed every day.
Your champs need nourishing energy. Give them the new and improved Milo at breakfast.
It has nutrients that support energy release to help champs get the most out of their active days.
Milo! A lush woman goes for it and thinks later. A lush woman may fail again and again because nobody ever starts out a pro. A lush woman stands up to all stereotypes, and with every stand, she'll be doing it for her, and her. Lush hair. Be beautiful.
Thank you so much for staying with us. Right now, it's about time we take our headlines on our dailies. And I'll be starting, before I start, I have Mike here. He's admiring me still. Mike, can you get over it? You're not here. Our in-house analyst.
I can just stay. I'm not here.
All right, so I'm actually about to go through the punch. And for the major headlines here, we have Senate superb Buhari government. Emefiele over 30 trillion naira CBN loans. We have that on page 17. Senate links food security crisis to reckless ways and means loans under Buhari cabinet. Panel to investigate CBN's 10 trillion naira anchor borrowers scheme, $2.4 billion forex fraud, and others. And to the top left of the papers there, we have state police, governor to appoint police commissioners, bill list conditions for CP sacking. CPs can't be removed without PSC Assembly's approval. We have that on page 2. To the right of that, we have Oyebanji hails Punch solid journalistic excellence at 50. Below there, the image we can see of some Lagosians in a pool of water. We have motorists lament poor drainage as flood submerged Lagos roads. We have that on some pages inside of the papers. Below that, we have FG, federal government blames opposition for food crisis, uncovers 32 smuggling routes. We have that on page 2. Zookeeper killed while trying to rescue woman from lion. We have Nasu chair, page 42. Federal government seeks $10 billion to stabilize exchange rates as Naira tumbles. We have that on page 17. Now, back to this major headline here. I literally was listening to an interview that was granted by, I will call an advocate, I won't mention names and all of that, and he literally had a lot to say about the previous administration and what they inherited when it comes to reserves and what they left behind, and really he was lamenting about the loans that happened and instructions given to Mifili and things like that. What do you have to say about that?
Yeah. So I feel like, yes, it is what we have now is as a result of maybe of the just immediate past, but as much as this has happened, we've had administrations who spent a lot of their time blaming the previous ones, and so I feel like let's focus on now and see how we can help, sort the situations. But what I want to mention is the flooding and all of that, because I feel like when it comes to the flooding, there is, to an extent, what citizens can do. Yes, there's a lot we expect government to do, but for floodings, our drainages, we can all come together in a particular area, those on the streets, find a way to ensure that the drainages are moving. I mean, we had the Hamatan, we had the dry season for a while, you understand? So what I'm saying is that there's something that we can do when it comes to drainage, because just that yesterday rain, man, the flooding in some areas was devastating, for a lot of people, and I felt sad seeing some pictures. So I'm just saying that for streets to come together by themselves, what can we do? To some level, there is some level of they can find ways to ameliorate the situation, to ensure that their drainages around their areas are okay. Let's leave the major ones by the canals to the government, but the ones on our streets, there's things that we can do.
Yeah.
So that's what I
think in that case, right, it's safe to say charity begins at home. Because, as I said, even some federal roads, I've literally witnessed some of the people cleaning those roads. They don't have enough education as regards what should and should not go into the gutters. Because most times what I see is that they sweep the plastics and all of that, the papers, bottles into drainage. And these are the people who are meant to be cleaning the road. And do you understand? So it doesn't necessarily make sense. So it's like, if you don't see it, it's not there.
I mean, rainy season is normally the time when a lot of people throw trash and, water seems like, oh, let's clear everything.
Yeah.
It stops somewhere, and there's somewhere it will not move. I mean, we call the ban on the plastics, the chloroform form of plastics that the government has done. So I feel like for this one, we can do something in our own capacity, try and alleviate the sufferings of.
All right, so I think you have the next paper there.
Do I? All right, Daily Trust here. Dollar hits 1,900. The pound 2,250 naira, and BDCs raided, operators arrested. Trial and error non solution, says an economist. Partner us to address volatility. Operators tell government. Nasima wants dollar pegged at 850 naira. We can see a little bit of a pictorial there on how the dollar has moved. Bandits kill 7, injure baby, raise property in Katsina. Customs subsidizes and distributes food, seized food items. Reps pass state police bill for second reading. And FG NAS pro Buhari's 22.7 trillion naira ways and means loan. We're talking about that. And you know, there was a time when we were all talking about how we are loaning our children's futures. A time where we take loans a lot. I mean, even the US is owing, you know. But then what are those loans being used for? That is the problem. In fact, they said the world is owing about 22 some trillions of dollars. That's the world. So they say, who is the world owing? That joke has come, but the world is owing itself. I mean, so everybody, different people owing different people and all that. But the point is that borrowing is not actually an issue. Taking loans is not. I mean, it's everywhere in business. Even the biggest and the richest will take loans. See? But the point is that what do you do with
What do you
loans?
do with them, and what is your payments plan?
Production to produce in such a way that you can service a loan, or as it is in the case of Africa, most of the time, consumption. When you take a loan to buy cars, you take a loan to flex, you understand? It doesn't make sense. So the loan is not the issue. The amount of loan is not the issue. What can we see that was done with the loan?
So that, while that, I mean, makes a lot of sense. Now, of course, I cannot go past this $1 hits one. I think it just says a lot. I mean, I feel sometimes, a few days ago, I sat down, I was actually thinking and ruminating about, okay, I mean, why is it even a case where, I mean, a nation and economy is literally so dependent on another man's currency? Do you understand? It affects our businesses. And of course, as you said, we are a consumption society, right? Most of the things we do, consume.
Exactly.
And until we actually start producing,
you see,
we cannot.
Look.
But now let's now talk about the challenges of also producing here.
We heard differently, exactly. See,
do you understand? So
we have to, as it stands, we have to create an environment that works.
Exactly.
Create an enabling environment. And you've mentioned that. There is nothing I can see that will stem the tide as it is going. You even have some institutions or some facilities in this country charging you in dollars.
Yes.
That means that you can imagine how that sounds. And then some would even give you the excuse that, no, that's for foreign people. When you want to go to UK, do you pay in Naira there?
That's just there. So
how does it even make sense? In fact, it's the foreigners that come, and when they pay, when they have to change their money into Naira to pay, that is part of what will help to boost. So it doesn't even make common sense.
I mean,
in any way. Some people are in Ikoyi paying rent in dollars.
Yeah, you're talking about rents. Rent is even understandable.
Paying rent in dollars, how?
We pay
school fees in dollars in this
There are some designers you reach out to and they charge you in dollars.
Yeah?
Yes, for clothes. For clothes in Nigeria. Made in Nigeria.
Nigerian clothes. They're charging in dollars.
Yes, they charge in dollars. Anyways, let's move on to the nations right now.
I said I'll just keep my mental head.
For the major headlines here, we have Shetima. We will battle forces bent on subverting country. And to the top left right there, we have one, Ayedatiwa Duke, Fayemi Otsudeko, others honor Akeredolu. We have that on page 6. To the right of that, we have House of Reps pushes on with State Police Bill, lawmakers in hot debate. To the right of that, we have Lagos begins process to move Computer Village. Tinubu directs payments of State House electricity bills. We have both on page 6 and page 3, respectively. On the strip below there, we have 60,000 MT of grains coming to bring down food prices, says Minister. We have that on page 3.
Okay. Is there anything you want to mention on that one?
Not necessarily.
Lagos begins process to move Computer Village.
So where?
I heard it's Katangwa.
To Katangwa?
Yeah, somewhere Katangwa, Abuleba area. So you go hard. Because Ikeja is a central place. I mean, Ikeja is the capital.
Yes.
You understand? When you say the capital of Lagos being Ikeja, then the capital of Ikeja being Alausa, you know, it's central a bit. So, but it's not impossible, and it can be done. I mean, we've seen movements of we've seen it happen at different times in different places. I mean, even the capital of Nigeria was moved safe.
Yeah, so
what's Computer Village and they cannot move it.
Yeah.
It might cause some discomfort
and,
for a number of people, but let's see how it's going to be carried out. Yes. Okay, let's just round up with the Guardian.
Yeah.
Confusion. I don't know why there's confusion as Naira crisis defies intervention and fuels inflation. Yes, now it's short-term measures. You're trying to pump some particular money into the system to to give it some sort of it's perfunctory. It's not. We have to produce if we're going to. I mean, we have to patronize the naira to grow the naira. It's SIMPLE. It's that simple. No matter anything that we do, all these interventions are just. It's just like trying to use a sellotape and place on a leaking basket or something like that. Even if it tries to do, it starts from creating an enabling environment. When you have people even going out, when you have people living, and like we mentioned, let's not even just go back into all of that one, but all of that. I mean, a bit more. Of course, there's a picture there, story of the flooding in different parts of the country, not just in Lagos State. There's something here on page 5. 4 in every 10 Nigerians are in debt. All right, bill for state police passes second reading in House of Reps. Of course, that's still over. Investors lose 2.6 trillion naira in 2 days amid low confidence. And Falana insists on price control as Shetima blames saboteurs for food crisis. Senate queries 30 trillion naira facility for Buhari and others. And we have here NEMA, 151 houses affected by downpour in Lagos. The images here are not so good. There's this particular street where a whole SUV was submerged.
Yeah.
I was like, wow. And then this girl came out, and the way she was inside the murder, people were giving unsavory comments. And I wondered, like, okay, she was a little bit too comfortable inside the murky waters, you know. But you'd have to wade in the water if you were going to leave your house. So hopefully. Was there any flood, little bit of flood around the area?
There wasn't. I mean, it was wet, but not necessarily.
That's it. Some areas are more susceptible than some other areas. So please do what you can. All right, that's it.
All right, that's it on newspaper headlines for now. Still more to come right here on Wake Up Nigeria. Do stay with us. We'll be right back.
Ladies and gentlemen, make welcome the one who can make time stand still forever, Mr. Kelechi Amadi. How are you doing, sir?
I'm good, my brother.
You love that intro, Abi?
Yeah. It was great.
Okay, yeah,
thank you.
We try like that.
Thank you.
Now my question, which I feel is a cheap question.
Oh, go ahead.
What does ISO stand for?
That is it. I think I will drink.
No, you're joking.
I'm not joking.
Kelechi Amadi. No. Shay, you didn't whine me. You're whining me now.
I think I will drink.
Huh?
No problem.
Okay.
I've always known this as ISO. I never bothered to know what it means. I know what it means, but I never bothered to know what the acronym is. Tell me the brand of camera that I use, so much so that I even became an ambassador. That's very easy. It's out there.
It's supposed to be,
yeah. I just said, let me give you this one as a token of my appreciation.
Sony.
Drink!
I'm not done. You did not say final answer.
It's final answer.
You did not ask me if that was my final answer.
You don't have any choice again. It's only
Nikon.
How many cameras do they have?
Nikon.
My friend to drink. I gave you a very easy something.
Nikon now.
Thank you so much for staying with us. Right now, it's about that time on this beautiful Wednesday edition of Wake Up Nigeria for a musical performance. And with me right here, right now, standing by, I have Ogunleye Abiodun, who is a rapper and a songwriter. Hi, Ogunleye. How are you doing?
I'm fine.
You notice I left your stage name for you, Abi? Because you were supposed to pronounce it by yourself.
Yeah, I know. My name is Neljapak Markashberry.
Sorry?
My name is Neljapak Markashberry.
Explain it.
Really? You want me to?
Yes, explain it.
Okay. Neljapak Markashberry has been like a combination of many things.
Okay.
Which I don't have time to explain.
You don't have time. We have time. Is this your time or my time?
You want me to?
It's my time. Give me. Tell me.
Okay. Basically, Nell come from the word Nelson.
Okay.
J was like I'm straight.
Okay.
Park was my mentor name. Tupac.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Then Markashberry.
Markashberry is like my money is sweet.
Like berry.
Berry.
What language is that?
Money language.
Amazing. Okay. Are you ready to perform?
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Thank you so much. Love the energy. May your money be sweet like berry. All right. And right now it's time for our relationship. And we have a discussion titled, Why Do Couples Fight? And what exactly to do about it? And answering that question today, we have Oluwatobiloba Olumide Ajayi. She is a seasoned certified family life coach, amongst other things. Welcome back to Wake Up Nigeria.
Thank you.
I like your get-up today. So nice. And was it intentional? Your bracelet is matching your dress. Did you buy them together?
No, I did not. I intentionally wore them.
You intentionally wore them. Amazing.
I love this
Very beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so now tell me, this question you're about to answer is a very interesting one. And I'm really interested in how you want to answer it. So tell me, why do couples fight?
Okay, so there are a lot of reasons why couples fight. And in fact, the first one that comes to mind right now is our current situation in Nigeria.
So you're saying financials,
So
right?
financials, yeah. I can imagine a lot of couples arguing over money. Why did you give me this? My salary has not increased, and then, the fight has started. But those are just symptoms, actually. I want to talk more about what causes the fight, the underlying causes. Because when we are talking about money, in-laws, chores, stuff like that, those are just symptoms. There are actually underlying causes why, reasons why couples fight or why conflicts arise.
Okay.
And so one of the major things that causes conflict is communication gap, lack of effective communication. So a lot of couples have reduced their communication to just transactional communication, the cliche kind of communication. They're just reporting facts and events. They are not really going deep. They're not vulnerable with each other. And because of this, there's no deep connection. There's no friendship. And so when this happens, of course, conflict will always arise because they're not even understanding themselves. They cannot really, one is probably assuming, they are jumping into a lot of conclusions and having assumptions and all that. And this will lead to fights. And that's just one of it. But so I would also like to say that if communication is established, if deep communication is established, if communication is prioritized between couples, it will reduce the fight.
Okay.
And so I would like to recommend something for couples, and that is what we call the open day, like a family meeting where you earmark a particular day over a period of time, probably say once a month, once in 2 weeks, once in 2 months, where we call it open day. So what you do during this time is to talk about your feelings, what you don't like, what your hopes, your aspirations, what the other person is doing that you do not like. And, by the time you set aside this time, you are really getting to know each other. You are really getting to know what they feel, what they don't like, or whatever it is that you are doing wrong. And so you are able to quickly preempt any conflict that might want to come and resolve it or manage it. And the truth is that conflicts are not all conflicts are resolvable. A lot of conflicts. In fact,
give us examples.
According to John Gottman, 69% of conflicts are not resolvable.
So when you say, when you say resolvable, what do you mean by resolvable?
You can't really say that, okay, I don't like something and I'm able to change it and you are fine with it, or we both come to an agreement about
So it's a situation of let's agree to a disagree situation.
Yes, exactly. So people compromise. That's what happens most of the time. So you just learn to adapt. And because one of the causes of conflict actually also is personality differences, personality clashes. So because our personalities are different, one is sanguine, one is melancholic. You can imagine a sanguine person, carefree, life of the party, talkative, or they like to talk, And a melancholic is someone that is a stickler for time, very organized, very detailed, analytical, and everything coming together. One is not keeping to time, keeping to appointments, they are going on a date, one has forgotten, and all that. So you will definitely experience conflicts, fights will happen. But when you now understand why this is happening, it will really help you because, so when I was talking about compromise and adaptability, the person will probably not change because that is actually...
That's how they are.
So you probably not get the change that you want. But when you change your perception or perspective about it, you are less irritated when that happens. You understand more. You're able to empathize.
Yes.
And so that's why you have to understand who you're really dealing with and the personalities and all that. So you know that they are not really being wicked. They are not. It's not about you.
Not about you.
So is that perception that you have to change. When you change that, you see that you're able to adapt better, you're able to compromise, you know, you're not taking things so personal. You know, I was studying, so recently my husband was saying, oh, we've not fought in a long time. And I'm like, you want to fight? So, you know, it's really not about that. It's just because we have grown. As in, we are now understanding each other better. It's not as if some of those things he used to do that used to irritate me earlier on.
He doesn't do them anymore.
He doesn't do them anymore, and vice versa. No.
Okay, so as much as I'm hearing you, right? So that there are two schools of thoughts, right? There's one that believes that every couple should fight, if not, there is imminent destruction coming at the end of the day, right? And the other one who believe that, okay, fine, couples don't need to fight, right? And I think, as you said, maybe the word fight is not the word we're looking for, maybe more of like disagreement. And I think you've actually mostly answered it, right? Communication and, of course, different backgrounds, different personalities, just understanding each other and moving forward. I'd like to actually go on with this interview, but then again, we have to go because we're short on time. Thank you so much for this. And, of course, we have one more week to go.
Yes, we have.
We have one more week to go. All right. And there you have it on relationship. We'll go on a quick break right now. When we come back, so much more happening. Stay with us.
Now you can catch up with your favorite programs on TVC. Log on to www.youtube.com/TVC Entertainment. Join the fun.
Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw earthen material slabbed, stroked and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move weigh in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known, for when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty erected for a century of a century, speaking, advocating, protesting as the arts are meant to be.
Wake Up Nigeria on this beautiful, beautiful Wednesday morning. You guys, you have to ignore Mike.
Well, yeah, it's Wake Up Middle East as it is. We free Agbeleshe Khalif or something like that. It's great to have you on Wednesday morning. 1 hour has gone by. If you did not join us so far, well, you're not too late. You have the remaining part of the show. We've had, what was that discussion you had just
Relationship. Why couples fight.
Okay. All right. And then, of course, we've had a review of the papers. We've had a performance already. Yes, we're looking forward to that. But we also have Chef Blossom in the house.
Yes, and we have Kitching, and we have in there as well.
Yeah, Chef Blossom is already at work this morning. Chef Blossom, how was it rain or what happened? Was it rain, traffic or something?
I don't know. I think it's the economy affecting everything.
The economy is affecting your late coming as well. Why do we always want to push blames?
Forgive.
Yes,
Ben is not
we
blame.
forgive you.
Thank you.
Because of the economy.
Ben is not blame, it's not blame. But hey, come on. We're here to ensure that the remaining part of your morning is going to be a wonderful one. My name is Mike Mesikeno.
My name is Winfrey Agbeleshi, and keep watching us where exactly you're watching us right now. Mike should do his tongue-twisting thing.
Oh, yeah. No need for all of that. Yeah, let's get into what we have left.
You don't
want to
do it?
No, I don't want to. I mean, you're a Khalif. You got this sorted out. Well, we have nutrition coming up. We have quite the breakfast there this morning. It's going to be bread and something. So it's good to talk about nutrition and this period. Oh, I love colors. When food is colorful. Well, nutrition will be what we're talking about. What we'll start off the second hour with.
And if you have your birthday in the month of February, we will be celebrating you. So make sure you stick around for that one.
All that you prayed for this year, you will have. All that you wish for this year, you go get. Everything and more.
An actor and producer, Rio David, will be with us. Oh, yeah. He'll be talking about his work, theater, film, and television. And of course, the roles he has been in and what he will be in. That should be quite a discussion. So it was such a relief for me. I think it was yesterday. I woke up, and I was okay. I'm not going to work. And then you started
Shame on you. Today I was actually trying to predict what the weather was going to be like, but I couldn't tell.
You couldn't tell?
I couldn't tell.
Well, that's why we have the weather forecast to let you know what it will be like today and the rest of the week.
Thanks for staying with us. You're welcome to the kitchen, guys. Chef Blossom has finally arrived. It's good to have you here.
Thank you.
So this morning, Chef Blossom will be making cheese sandwich.
Yes.
Very easy recipe. And in this economy, cheese, wow.
I was going to mention that.
Okay.
I got what it
You're
was
not
the case
begging
of what
for.
I ordered.
Ordered versus what
I
you got. Interesting.
Yes,
now,
very
quickly, let's run through the ingredients for our recipe this morning. I see you grating garlic.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's a very easy recipe, but
Okay.
you can substitute for whatever you want. I mean, due to what you have in your pocket. So for this recipe, I'll be working with my melted butter and some garlic, grated garlic.
Okay.
Some mayonnaise, some cheese. These are cheddar cheese.
Okay.
You can use any cheese you want. You can use your mozzarella cheese, any one of choice. So I'm working with a little bit of spice. So I'm using my black pepper. And of course, the star ingredients are bread, sliced bread. That's about it.
Now, I'm quite curious about the role of the garlic in a sandwich.
Okay. Okay.
You mind telling us why?
You know, food is really what you make of it. So you can decide not to use your garlic, just to add a bit of flavor and some spice in your sandwich. It's optional. You can choose not to. I see some people use parsley leaves, dry parsley leaves, just to give it that aesthetic, that color and also the flavor. Some people you go as far as using cinnamon.
Okay.
Anything you want to use that works for you.
Works for you. Okay. So let's get right into it. I see that you're using natural herbs. You have your garlic, you have your black pepper. Just to give it a bit of flavor.
And spice.
Okay. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, let's get right into it. Very easy recipe.
Very
If you're just joining us this morning, guys, with me in the kitchen is Chef Blossom. And she's making cheese sandwich. But the cheese here is not compulsory. You could substitute it for whatever you want. It depends on what you like. I saw some really fresh avocados yesterday, and for a split second I was like, oh yeah, I need to get those avocados, and then I forgot. Now I am really beating myself. I really wish I got those avocados, because you could also use them for, you know, to make sandwich.
Yeah.
It's healthy too, because, you know, avocado is packing on a lot of nutrients, and you could just, you know, use them with your bread. I know someone right now is like, what? Yes, guys, yes. Avocados go very well with your bread, whether you're toasting them or you're using them fresh, or you're having them, you know, just as they are. I mean, you still enjoy them.
So I was thinking you were going to ask why I melted the butter.
Yes, why did you melt the butter? Is it margarine or butter?
Butter.
Okay.
Butter. So margarine is usually for cooking.
Butter
is for your bread.
Okay.
So when they say butter spread on the bread, don't use margarine. I think it's the cholesterol in the margarine is
it's quite high as well. So much, yeah. Okay, so why?
I melted the butter because once you melt the butter, it sinks in properly into the bread.
So the bread absorbs the oil.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's it.
Okay. And then you grated some garlic into it. Are we toasting the bread?
Yes, we will.
Okay. Oh, we have our toaster
We have our
over
toaster
there.
over there,
Nice. You need help?
Well, if you want to start.
Okay. If I don't want to, it's fine.
It's fine.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
So you don't want to go overboard with the butter, because
Okay.
you're still using your mayonnaise.
Oh, we're still going to add mayonnaise to it.
Yes,
Okay.
on the other loaf.
And where does the pepper come in?
The pepper, I will sprinkle on the cheese.
Once you've put it, once you've put on the
On
bread.
you sprinkle your pepper.
Pepper, okay.
You know, I mentioned earlier that you could use your parsley flakes. So after sprinkling your spice, you can now sprinkle your pepper, then put the other loaf on it.
Okay.
Very easy, nothing.
Okay. The kids are absolutely gonna love this. It's pretty easy, and it's an easy snack. You know, you could just make for. You could also make for yourself something quick and easy. To go with it, and you're good to go. So while we're getting things sorted, ready here in the kitchen, Chef Blossom is doing her, doing what she's good at, right? Cooking, right? We head over to the couch for birthday shout out with Woodbury.
And now, if you actually happen to be born in the month of February, it's time for us to celebrate you. That's only if you sent in your birthday shout-outs. All right? And we'll be starting off this morning with Abiade Miriam. The 20th of February is your birthday. You're celebrating yourself, and we celebrate with you. Happy birthday!
This year you will have all that you prayed for. This year you will have all that you wish for. This year you go get everything and more.
Alabi Oluwadarasimi, the 20th of February is your birthday, and your parents are celebrating you. Happy birthday, sweetie.
You will have all that you prayed for. This year you will have all that you wish for. This year you go get everything and more.
Awal Agurege, the 21st of February is your birthday, and this is courtesy your mommy. Happy birthday.
And I wish you very well. This year you will have all that you prayed for. This year you will have all that you wish for. This year you go get.
And right now we want to celebrate Zainab's brother, Ayodeji Osoyin. The 20th of February is your birthday, and the Osayins are celebrating you. And Zainab is literally dancing right here in the studio right now.
This year you go get everything and more. Hey, everything and more.
Balogun Halima, 19th of February is your birthday, and this is from Roland. Happy birthday.
And I wish you very well. This year you will have all that you prayed for. This year you will have all that you wish for. This year you go go get everything and more. Hey, everything and more.
Betty Martins Odige, the 20th of February is your birthday, and this is you celebrating yourself. We celebrate with you, dear. Happy birthday.
This year you will have all that you prayed for. This year you will have all that you wish for. This year you go get everything and more. Hey, everything and more.
Blessing Adamilo Eli, the 19th of February is your birthday, and you're celebrating yourself. We celebrate with you. Happy birthday.
This year you will have all that you prayed for. This year you will have all that you wish for. This year you go get everything and more. Hey, everything and more.
Daniela Sunday Moscow, the 21st of February is your birthday, and Moscow is celebrating you. Happy birthday.
This year you will have all that you prayed for. This year you will have all that you wish for. This year you go get everything and more.
Gertrude Tukura, the 21st of February is your birthday, and Zay is celebrating you.
And I wish you very well. This year you will have all that you prayed for. This year you will have all that you wish for. This year you go get everything and more. Hey, everything and more.
Lady T Ajayi Adebayo, the 21st of February is your birthday, and your children and grandchildren are celebrating you. Happy birthday, Mama.
This year you will have all that you prayed for. This year you will have all that you wish for. This year you go get everything and more. Hey, everything and more.
Mumuni Arafat Aderemi, the 21st of February is your birthday, and you're celebrating you. We celebrate with you. Happy birthday.
This year you will have all that you prayed for. This year you will have all that you wish for. This year you go get everything and more.
Nato Chukwu Giovanni Nemika, the 20th of February is your birthday, and this is from your dad and your mom.
You will have all that you prayed for. This year you will have all that you wish for. This year you go get everything and more. Hey, everything and more.
Olasumbo Simisola, the 19th of February is your birthday, and your colleague Omalayo is celebrating you. Happy birthday.
You will have all that you prayed for. This year you will have all that you wish for. This year you go get everything and more. Hey, everything and more.
Samuel Okbala, the 22nd of February is your birthday, and your wife, Mwabibi, is celebrating you. Happy birthday.
This year you will have all that you prayed for. This year you will have all that you wish for. This year you go get everything and more. Hey, everything and more.
To all of you celebrating the month of February, may God bless you and keep you. We love and celebrate you. We're going on a quick break right now. When we come back, Wake Up Nigeria continues.
Entertainment, I believe, is expression of life. It's bring you into my world, what I love, what I feel when I dance, when I'm happy, when I'm sad, all my emotions all mixed together. I'm bringing it out to just entertain you and immerse you into my own world. Entertainment is life, entertainment is God, entertainment is love.
Thanks for staying with us. Welcome to the kitchen once again, people. This is Chef Blossom, and this morning she's making a quick and easy recipe. Usually I would refer to this sort of breakfast recipe as a DIY. It's like a do-it-yourself, because everyone can literally do this, whether you can cook or not. No excuses. No excuses, right? So Chef Blossom is making cheese sandwich. But you can do without the cheese if you want to. And your screen right there are the ingredients, guys. Like I said, simple cheese sandwich. I would rather call this a DIY cheese sandwich, something that you can do yourself. So you have your bread slices, you have your mayonnaise, butter, cheese, black crushed pepper, right, for taste. So tell us where we are.
So I was going to say that, you know, you can make any sandwich yourself. Any, except you just want to be.
So there are some really lazy people
yes.
that even to break an egg, a hard-boiled egg is a problem for them. They'd rather not stress. They'd rather, no, you do it, you do it. Some people are very, you know, allergic to the kitchen area.
True.
Yeah.
Very true.
So, but that's why I said this is an easy recipe. Very easy. Everyone can literally do this. There are no excuses. You can say, no. Very easy. So run through the ingredients, run through, you know, where we're at, how you're able, the layering and everything. Go ahead.
Okay. So as you can see, we already have our bread plastered with some mayonnaise.
Okay.
Some butter, melted butter and garlic.
Okay.
Like I said, you can skip the garlic part. You can just have your melted butter. You can just have your butter. I gave the reason why I melted it earlier on. Was because I wanted the bread would absorb the oil. Okay, so we have our cheese just placed on the spread on the spread.
Okay.
Then sprinkle your black pepper. You don't want to go overboard with it because the pepper is really hot. You can use your red crushed pepper, any spice of choice can go for this recipe. Especially depending on what works for you. So right about now, we'll just place this mayonnaise spread on the cheese.
Okay.
Like this.
Are we taking off the crust? No.
Which crust?
The bread crust.
No.
Okay.
You don't want. It's optional. You can take it if you take it off if you want.
Okay.
My mom will tell you you're wasting, and in this economy, you don't want to waste.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now that's one point. That's on
Yes, please don't waste bread. Not now. So you just place it on it.
How much is a loaf of bread now? Like 1,000 naira?
1,400.
1,214. Oh, okay.
Some people say 1,700.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, so it's time for us to toast,
Yes,
right?
Just toast.
Okay.
Remember, you can have it fresh. You don't necessarily have to toast it. If you don't have a toaster, very important, you can use your pan.
Very true.
Yes, some persons will tell you, what if I don't have a toaster?
Yeah.
Just use your pan, put a bit of butter or oil, whichever one. You put your bread, allow it to turn brown, then
you flip. Right. And then you do the needful. You just take in, you know, use your butter spread, use your mayonnaise, and this
same
process. Okay. Nice. Nicely done. Nicely done. And if you want to stay away from butter or oil as much as possible when making your toast spread, I think just, you know, putting it in the pan. You still get the same results, really. You still get the same results. Because to be honest, sometimes I like it dry. Like, I want it, like, really dry. Exactly. If I'm not making use of the other toaster machine, that's the flip-up toaster. Okay, great.
And you also mentioned avocado. Avocado can work in place of butter.
Yeah.
So you could eat healthy.
Eat healthy.
You don't have to use butter. You can use avocado.
Just mash it. Right. And just spread it. And you're going to have a yum-some healthy breakfast. Ooh, nice. And I'm super stoked about this morning's breakfast because very easy. I love easy breakfast. Something light for breakfast, not all the time heavy rice. Spaghetti. Sometimes let's go pop akara. Sometimes let's go easy on the mouth and easy on the
Someone might also want to ask
tummy.
for the filling. What can we use in place of the
cheese? Okay.
So you can use your lettuce if you're eating healthy. Your boiled eggs, just slice it. You can use your what else? Anything that works. Any vegetable you can go, but make sure you consume just immediately because it might get bad.
Right. And of course, we want to be eating fresh and healthy. And that's it right here for the kitchen. We're just going to toss our breads into the toaster, let it toast for a minute, and breakfast is ready. But hey, still talking on food, health, nutrition, we have our nutrition expert on the couch with Mike.
We have the amazing Eziaha Bolaji Olojo. She's been here with us for the past month, and we've been having quite some interesting discussions, right? Yes, quite interesting and insightful and educative ones. And today we're talking junk-free party pack.
Yes.
Right? Because there's a trend now. Yeah, in fact, I noticed a trend also when moms go to parties and there's always a takeaway or something to go back and all of that. It makes it more convenient for people organizing parties and all of that. But you have mentioned, or we know about quite a number of these things inside is junk. But before we get into that, how we can make healthy ones, in your own terms, what do you label junk food?
Oh, fantastic. Hi, Mike. Good to see you.
We have you also here.
Okay, so junk food is basically anything that is unhealthy, and a lot of us know what is unhealthy.
No, you might be surprised how many don't know.
I agree. Okay, I agree.
So, what is unhealthy? What is junk?
Okay,
in
so
our case?
One rule of thumb is when things don't look like they're supposed to look when they came out of the farm. So that farm to table, ideally we should be eating farm to table. So there should be a high level of semblance between how the food was when it came out of the farm and then when you're eating it. So when things don't look like that anymore, something has happened. There's a lot of processing that has happened.
Has gone in.
Real food looks almost the same. Real food too is not made to last so long without refrigerating. So if you have something that we can just keep and it doesn't go bad,
even if you don't refrigerate,
yes, there's a
that is
tendency.
Where there's a problem.
Yes,
that
there's
is
a tendency.
Let's start doing some classification. If you buy rice, you like beans, all those other things, there's no junk food. That's real food.
That's real food.
Well,
and it looks like it looked when you brought it out of the farm.
Okay, but when you buy things like maybe chin-chin, things that can stay on their own for so long, what can we put things like chin-chin or, I don't know, maybe some of this potato. There are these different slices that they keep that we do, stuff that is packaged.
Okay.
And we take as food. Can we classify that as junk?
So let's look at the potatoes. If you don't put the potatoes in the freezer, they're not going to last. So you already know that it's not as healthy and all. So when you talk of chin-chin, which is almost a staple in Nigeria, we already know that it doesn't look like anything that grew in a farm. That's a rule of thumb already to know that, hey, that's not. And I'm not saying don't consume it at all.
Okay.
We're just saying keep it to the minimum. Those are confectionaries. Keep them to the minimum.
Wonderful. All right. So in these packs, what in the packs that we see now, what are the things that we see in these packs for kids now? What are the regular things we see in these packs?
Okay, so before we even say what's there, let's go a bit historical.
Okay.
How the party packs and party favors, as they were initially called, come about. It started, well, a lot of history says that it started in England, where you'd go for a party, and because they wanted to be kind to you and just make you remember long after the party was over, they would give you party favors to go home with. It didn't necessarily have to be edible. Just something that, because if it's edible, I'll eat it and I'll forget about it. But something that you can remember.
So souvenirs.
Yes, party favors. So now, with children, we realize that there's a lot of marketing and promoting and advertising of foods that are not healthy. So party packs are no longer exactly memorable. They're just full of things that, yes, the children eat it. They're probably excited for a short time, but the body doesn't forget the impact of what that food has done for them. And they forget about it. The children actually forget about it because you eat the junk food and then nothing happens afterwards. So the goal now is make party packs
exciting, make party packs memorable. It doesn't have to always contain, because now party packs contain a lot of junk food, and it doesn't have to be so. I shared a video, I don't know if it's going to go up, of what party packs look like. So for me personally, I have 2 boys, and then we receive party packs, as you can imagine, from schools especially. And then I just decide to keep them. I keep them. And now we have like a whole bag of junk food that's just there.
Wow.
That's just there.
They don't, you ensure that they don't eat it, right?
Even if they're going to eat it, they can't. Imagine if they got 2 party packs every week. They can't, and
Is
it's
it
full
that regular?
Yes, and it's full of junk food.
Wow.
The body keeps the score. The body keeps the score. So we can no longer, because childhood obesity, overweight is actually an epidemic. So we can no longer continue to give them those.
And a lot of parents will tell you that, oh, they'll grow out of the fat. It's just childhood fat or something.
No, it's not. If we're saying that, then we're not educating ourselves enough, because everything that we do now lays the foundation for the future of the child. Everything we feed our children with, either giving them life or feeding them death, and we really have to be careful. So if we take away junk from party packs, the children can still have fantastic experiences.
Like,
so,
okay, no, this
what this is.
Okay, but yeah, these are packs that are with fruits and
These
all
are not
of that.
even party packs. These look like things that you give at parties. If I would see
Okay, but look at this one now. You can see quite a lot of junk. You can see that kid eating the ice creams and the chocolates and all of that.
Yes.
Do you have that kind of stuff in party packs now?
Yes, you have. Oh, of course, you have all of that. And I'm saying that even if you took them out, so let's think in terms of, let's start to be really creative when it comes to party packs. If you took away anything edible, you would not take away from the experience of that child. So think in terms of something educational and fun, whatever thing it is. And it doesn't have to be so expensive, because these days there's almost the debate of, oh, party packs are now so expensive, and then some parents are trying to outdo one another by giving all the flashy, you know, like really big, expensive things. I'm not saying it could be right, it could be wrong. People should keep things within their beautiful budgets. But what I'm saying is that look for something educational for that child. Look for something that can mentally stimulate them, stuff like puzzles, coloring books that are age appropriate, of course, something they can play with, something that they can
not
write
just be
on.
edibles.
It doesn't have, I'm saying that if you're going to even give edibles, we can keep it really simple. You see those biscuits that have cream in the middle, they're not doing our children any good. So just the simple crackers. And I'm telling you that if you took that away from a party pack, it wouldn't change the experience for a child.
For a child.
It wouldn't. So let's unleash the creativity that we have as parents and start to make it really exciting. The goal is actually for the child to remember the person that's celebrating. That's the goal. That's why we give party favors. So if you have all the junk, they eat it then and they forget, but the body keeps the score. However, if we have all of these educational, mentally stimulating, fun toys, they remember the child that's celebrating for a longer time.
Wonderful, wonderful. So even if it's going to be edible, as much as possible, just give us a few. Let's round up with that. Things like what?
So crackers. Crackers is really good. Dried fruits, if you can afford dried fruits, is super amazing.
So things like maybe
dates, and they also dried fruits like dried pineapples, dried apples. Yes, we have them packaged now. Some of them are pricey.
Are they not processed already?
No, they're processed, but in the healthiest of ways. All they did was remove the water content. Yes,
so that they can last a bit longer.
Yes, and it can last longer, and it's so sweet, it's so fun, and it's so healthy.
All right, thank you very much. That's quite educational. I hope that people can pick up these things. And when these kids pick up these habits when they're much younger, it's going to be easy to sustain it as they grow older.
It's easy, and the body keeps the score. The body keeps
always remember
the score.
That. Always remember that. Thank you so much. It's always a pleasure having you talk about
Thank you, Mike.
All right.
I loved it.
Okay, all right. We'll take a time and I'll stay with us. We'll be back for the final discussion in a bit.
Now you can catch up with your favorite programs on TVC. Log on to www.youtube.com/TVC Entertainment. Join the fun.
Hi, welcome back, guys. With me on the couch is Nigerian actor and producer Rio David. He gained recognition for his work in theater, film, and television with his role in the 2016 Ebony Live TV series, The Governor. Following this, he appeared in very successful productions, including MTV's Sugar, and he's also starred in an odd host of other movies, including, I think, The Breakfast. The
Theory of Breakfast. The Theory of Breakfast.
The Theory of Breakfast.
Yes.
And then there's another one that I saw recently where
All
you
the
were
Colors of the
dating a
World?
sugar mother.
Dear Diane.
Dear Diane. Right. You're welcome to the
food.
show.
Thank you very much, MM.
How
I'm
you
happy to
doing?
be here. I'm all right. I'm all right.
I expected you to have your hair colored because, I mean, that's the character hair that you had on, you know, in
I know. Almost everyone. I mean, you know, because of the line of work I do, I have to stay fluid. Mostly because the script decides where I go, and I have to just keep in.
So you dyed your hair just for that character?
Yes, but that's for the Theory of Breakfast, not Dear Diane, though.
Oh, that's for the theory. Okay, so
Yes.
how far would you go for a character to portray, to carry a certain character or a certain role in a movie?
That's a good one. I'd say I would go as far as the script would decide. Yes, I would go as far as the script would decide. I have notable works, stuff that if you get to see, you would see heavy transformation, and you wouldn't even recognize me. One time I had to go bald for a role. Everything.
Are you kidding?
This.
Did they pay you for that?
Of course. Yeah, Mikolo, you could catch that one. That's it's on Amazon Prime now.
Oh yeah, I've heard of Mikolo.
Yeah.
Okay, now let's talk to us about your journey. I mean, you've been in the industry, I mean, for a while.
Yeah.
Now you're a producer, but before then you were an actor. You know, there's been a lot of transitioning. You know, playing different characters, different roles. How has would I call it a struggle or hustle? Has that been?
Are the blessings? You know?
How would you define it, though?
It's bittersweet, but most importantly, entertaining as it should be, because you grow, you learn, you unlearn, you relearn, and for me, it's been a lot of that and in-betweens. You know, I still remember, because I started off the industry in Calabar. It's a small town. You know, you get to perform once in a while. Nothing as heavy as you find in Lagos. I mean, shout out to Ebony Life, who came in at the time, 2013, gave us a couple shots, and then we took it. And I'm like, oh man, I want to do this full time. I have to come to the big city, yes. And then I'm like, okay, well, how am I going to do this? I don't know nobody in Lagos, but I'm willing to take the shots. Like I say, I go where the story goes, I go where the vision goes, I go where purpose goes. And I'll take my first step coming to Lagos in 2016. yes, to study the industry for a bit, would go back and come back fully in 2018. I mean, there's something we left out on my bio that I did presenting for a bit.
Oh,
yes,
you
I did.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, because then I needed to build what I would call alliances, right? I need to know people. What kind of actor do I want to be? What part of the industry do I want to work in? Who do I want as an acquaintance, a colleague, and all of that? And it took a lot of careful study of the industry to decide where I'd place a good footing and you know, get a good living out of it. So yeah, to answer your question, I say it's been bittersweet. I had moments in my career where I'm like, oh my goodness, should I continue with this, especially with the rejection? You go for it.
I was coming there. I was getting there. I was getting there because, I mean, we've had a lot of actors, producers, filmmakers, you know, I've spoken to them on this show. And, I mean, everyone has different experiences, different stories. And, you know, sort of taking from yours and, you know, your journey, what are the regrets that you have had to experience so far in the industry? Because, I mean, you took a big decision, a major drastic decision, moving from Calabar to Lagos to pursue your dream. And your first movie, The Governor, that was a big production.
Thank you.
Right, that was a big production at the time.
Shout out director Emma.
Everyone would want to be in an Ebony Live, you know, TV production at the time.
Yes.
You know, and you did that, and afterwards you're like, okay, what's next? And, you know, there was, I'm sure they were like, you know, the ground was dry for a while. Just talk to us about some of your regrets so far.
I think so far, I think the only thing I'd say I regret doing was rushing the process.
Okay.
Yes, because I mean, you try to move too quickly these days, especially with the bustle, and then you think that you're doing something right. But sometimes it's good to just sit back, reflect, you know, let the nose sink in. I have a friend, Art, and Art made me comfortable with nose. You know, at the time, I felt you have this imposter syndrome. Oh my God, I'm good. I got this review yesterday. How come I'm not getting through this door? What's going on? What's going on? And then Art says, I mean, be comfortable with the nose. It could be a blessing or something. So I think the only regret I have would be rushing the process, like I said. In another lifetime, I'd like to be more careful, more meticulous, more calm, you know, and most importantly, trust in the process. Because I think that's where the knowledge, the beauty lies.
I like that, trust in the process. Now let's, and there was a conversation sometime, I think sometime last week on Twitter, on X, right, about actors, you know, moving from one set to another.
Okay, I mean, okay.
We all know that the economy is smiling right now, or the economy is smiling because we need to affirm positivity, right? It is smiling. Yes, it is. And there was that conversation. It was actually a filmmaker who talked about how, you know, actors they're involved in like 2 or more productions at the same time.
Yes.
So because of that, that is delaying production because they have to wait for them to come to finish up with that from the sets they're on to get to their set, and they have to rush off this you know, to be on this set to go on another set. Talk to us.
I'll start by saying MMM, money must be made. But do I support that? 100% no, because it speaks to two different things right now. Don't forget, we have an industry, Nollywood. Nollywood is quite different from other industries, and we operate quite differently. Hopefully, we're here to get a structure. Hopefully, we get a structure soon. At the time, people need to make ends meet. However, is this something I would consciously approve of? No. Because I think it takes away from the detail of the performance, the detail of the production. Because if you, I mean, look at it. It's like climbing the ladder with things in both hands. You know, you're probably going to miss a step.
Exactly.
Water would spill.
At some point.
Yeah, at some point. You know. So I think to feed into that conversation, I'd say I get the economy. However, these things are happening long for the economy started doing this way. But I as well would say I think production should be more detailed. Pre-production should be taken seriously. actors' schedule should be well worked out, because sometimes it's not just the actors who are doing it.
Yeah, it's
Sometimes
also the producers.
Yeah, because we're supposed to film in January
and then
in February, and I've had appointments before then.
That happens.
You know, so I mean, it's nobody's fault, because I really would have to pay allegiance to you, especially if I do like your script. I want to see how I can make it work.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's really not a healthy output. But
yeah, and then sometimes you want to make money as well. Now,
yes, we have to make money.
Yeah, let's quickly talk about your role in Dear Diane. That was a very risky one. You know, being in an intimate situation with an elderly woman. Quickly talk to us about that, because we have to go.
I think, thank you very much for that question. That ties in with my philosophy and personality as an actor, right? Which is played marginalized characters, right? Bringing to screen characters that are not easily talked about or seen. Because whether we like it or not, the character, Dan Ladi, is an actual human being. There are people living in such situations, breathing even in this country, living in the states that we're in. So shout out to Abdul, the producer. He hit me up saying, hey, I've got this part for you. He sent the script over. I read it. I'm like, yo, Abdul, do you realize I get a backlash for doing something like this? Because people, I mean, Nigerians, although we're trying to be open-minded, we might not agree with this almost immediately, you know. But and then the actor in me says, you're judging the character. And I've learned not to do that.
Oh,
you know? Yes, I've learned not to do that, because somebody's going to play a madman, right? I mean, we've had our own Nollywood, the veterans have played mad people and stuff and came out all tops and all. So I'm like, okay, don't judge the character. Just go in there, do it. But did I cringe? Did I have nervous moments? Yes, I did.
Nice, nice. So it's such a pleasure meeting you, Rio.
Very much.
We have to take you to the kitchen. We have Chef Blossom. She's made some cheese sandwich for you.
Awesome.
What's your breakfast routine like?
To be honest, yeah, because I sleep pretty early in the morning, I really don't have much of breakfast.
But then you're on set still, maybe later at night.
Sometimes when I'm back in the morning, I'll do personal stuff. So my mornings are a bit steam and then back home. Yeah.
So you're welcome to the kitchen, Rio.
Thank you, Amen.
And this is Chef Blossom. This morning, she's made for you cheese sandwich with a cup of fresh juice, orange fresh juice. So please quickly dig in, and a lot of cheese went into that.
This is right? Oh, okay. This has been blessed, right?
Yes.
Okay,
and sanctified.
And sanctified.
Yes.
I was going to say she talked to me about her process, but I think she already did that.
Yeah, she did that. So she could just run through it quickly.
Yeah, dig in.
So we had a spread of melted butter and garlic, and some spice like black crushed pepper. So you want to be careful on that.
You can taste the garlic.
You can taste the garlic, okay.
So we have some cheddar cheese spread on it as well. Then we also had mayonnaise on the upper spread cover.
Tastes good.
Thank you.
Tastes good, to be honest.
All right. So, yeah, there you go. There you go. Nice.
Thank you.
All right. Well done. Thank you, Blossom and Rio, for being on.
Thank you, Blossom, and congrats. Wow. We have a wedding to plan.
Wow,
We're not.
Yes, we do have a wedding to plan. You want to say something quickly?
Yeah, give shout out his birthdays are today.
Okay.
So I came with my cousin, and his birthday is today. So shout out, Kingsley.
Happy birthday. You get a slice of toast.
It's been a wonderful time on the show. Thank you for being a part of this show. It's been a Wednesday episode. We will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye. Oh, congrats.